2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on the court too as they get ready to go to work on the road. Traffic getting in and out of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. The setting for our broadcast tonight. A 2-0 start to the finals. Things could change direction here in Game 3. 2K Sports brings you NBA playoff action. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. We have all heard the rumors regarding Kyrie Irving's moodiness. His teammate Kevin Durant said, Kyrie is an artist. He has his way of doing things, and I support him 100%. Irving said, human beings have mood swings. I don't have to be perfect. My teammates know who I am, and I'm proud of who I am.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Irving. And it's Harden in at the shooting guard position. And for Minnesota, we've got Beasley. He's out there with Russell. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Edwards. And it's Vanderbilt in at the four-man position. Harden against Beasley. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Here is Russell. From deep. Cranes the three-pointer.
Boy, you look at D'Angelo Russell. He's got a sweet stroke. The lefty can knock it down from three, but always seems to be playing at his pace, under good control.
Russell against Irving. Takes the three. Buries the long-range jumper.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Knocks it loose. Towns with the steal. And the dunk by Towns.
Nobody sliding over in time to stop Towns. I mean, the speed is deceiving for a guy with his size.
And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. 4-point game. Durant. And finished off by KD.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be. And this is how you want to start the ball game. 4 for 4 from the field. Seems like they're right on point and can't miss.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Here's Irving. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. From about 19 feet. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Irving's got 5.
I think Kyrie is really frustrating for the defense because he makes it look so easy and his shot is so natural.
Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line. So Edwards will go to the free throw line. It's on Kevin Durant, and this is his first trip to the line tonight. The Nets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Poked loose. Beasley with the steal. Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
Beasley active and alert that time on defense and able to ignite the fast break.
And the Nets with possession. Irving passes to Durant. Pulls up, high post, and he overshot that one, missing.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about ease.
Oh, what a play! Woo!
Hey, we know Harden can score. but he also... Oh, man. Pounds with the creativity and explosiveness.
Moving against Russell. This one for three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Back to Towns. Fires the three. And another three for Minnesota.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
Nets trailed by 10. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And a new group in for the Nets. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Griffin. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Brownie's checked in for Joe Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for James Harden.
There's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
And that one's good. Russell's got his second bucket of the night.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Connects from three-point range.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
It's 2-on-1. For the finish, and Edwards with the stuff.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Beasley against Dinwiddie. Here's Irving. Lays it up off the glass. Irving's got 13 points.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Good.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
He kicks to Edwards. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
And here is Irving. The 3-ball. And the Nets, another 3.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter. And catching up with Karl Anthony Towns, he talked about what this team needs to improve upon to get to the next level.
All year we talked about the message of discipline. Sometimes our discipline gets away.
And Greg, of course, we see many teams having this issue.
The game is so fast-paced now, it's hard for guys to value each and every possession. That often leads to careless play at both ends.
And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Timberwolves.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
They've got Ricky Rubio. He's out there with Russell. Edwards is out there with Towns. And it's Reed with the power forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Big guard, nice handle. D'Angelo can take you a number of ways off the drive.
Nets trailed by 15. Dinwiddie drives in. That one good for 2. Dinwiddie's got 5.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Rubio. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Gutsy play. I mean, with the defender in his face, Rubio never loses concentration.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. Joe Harris is checked in for Brown. And it's James Harden in for Irving. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Here are this postseason's dead-eye shooters. These guys have knocked down a ton of shots from downtown. D'Angelo Russell fourth, and of course Anthony Edwards.
And the bright lights of these playoffs have done wonders for each of their three-point shooting. That's what they were both hoping for.
Dinwiddie with it, now guarded by Towns.
Well, you see the great reach as well as the relentless pursuit shown by Towns. He's simply saying, not here, not now, not in my house.
Buries it from three-point range.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Russell. An outstanding defensive play to earn the mobile one block.
And you've got to take your defense up a notch in the playoffs. He takes it up about 3 notches on that block.
Minnesota making a switch here. Noel's checked in. Here's KD. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
What a unique combination of height, athleticism, and ball skills. Durant can make some unbelievable finishes because of it.
And that one drops.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Stolen by Rubio. And the layup's good off the glass. Rubio's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Dinwiddie wide open. Reed with the rebound. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And the dunk by Towns.
You know what makes Towns so dangerous in transition? He can beat you with the shot, or he can beat you at the rim.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Griffin. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Griffin's got his second bucket.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Here's Towns. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Showing determination inside. Towns absorbs the contact and gets the whistle.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. First free throw is good. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And so Griffin will bring it up for Brooklyn. Here's Harden. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Harden's got his first points of the night. Timberwolves leading by 20. Pass to Reed. It's stolen by Harris. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Nailed from three-point land.
You know, he's not just a spot-up shooter, guys. Joe Harris can score off the dribble, too.
And Towns gets it to go.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. You look at Towns, he's really been playing well.
And he's been taking it to the rack all game, and they haven't been able to contain him. They have to put up better fight on the inside.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Vanderbilt's checked in. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 9 in the second quarter. Very nearly perfect from the field. Took him no time at all on that one. And the Timberwolves lead by 21.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, Heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Count that bucket.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Boy, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
From deep, Harden. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And Harden right there demonstrating why he's a top-tier scorer. Gets these long shots off quickly.
A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And, you know, we can't measure Hart. I mean, he's not as big as the other power forwards, but his jumping ability and mindset is incredible.
And so it's Minnesota controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And the NBA Finals action continues here on 2K Sports. Glad to have you with us on the halftime show. Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson. For the Timberwolves, they came in with a 2-0 lead in the series, hoping to extend the shutout to 3-0 tonight. And judging from their dominant play in the first half, they look like a true champion in the making. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch. Playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is over.
And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside. See you, everybody, with Kevin Harlan.
And we're back with you as these two teams do battle in their quest for an NBA championship. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Timberwolves leading by 20. Russell with it. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. That's Harden. Then there's Griffin. And it's Irving in at the point guard.
Well, you got to respect and admire the focus of Towns. I mean, he just doesn't get rattled. He just stays with it, embraces the challenge, and keeps coming.
Harden inside the three-point line. Gets a very good look and converts. Harden's got 7.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing. Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Griffin with the steal. And Harris wide open. He shoots. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. He has 5.
Nice step in from the line that time by Harris. Gets those looks because you've got to respect his 3.
Chalk up 2 there.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Here's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the best shooters during the postseason. D'Angelo Russell 4th, and of course Anthony Edwards.
And they've both been extremely hot from the floor. Great timing on their part to get it going in the postseason.
Harden scanning the floor. Irving with a clean look. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Irving's got 20 points.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
And the slam dunk by Russell.
And, you know, once Russell catches fire now, Let him eat. I mean, he's got the ability to take over games with his scoring.
Now, here is Irving. He's covered closely. No good with the layup.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Daniels is checked in for Edwards. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Dinwiddie is checked in for James Harden. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. So for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Harris. And it's Bruce Brown in for Kyrie Irving. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. There he goes again. That's his 9th straight basket. He's a perfect 9 for 9.
Man, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
The pass to Griffin. Durant for 3. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Durant's got 7.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Well, I tell you what, Beasley can really move. I mean, his drives are explosive and sudden. The defense has no way to stop him.
Dinwiddie against Beasley. Now here's Dinwiddie. Defense right on him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And they pick up 2.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Timeout called the Nets. You look at D'Angelo Russell. What a contribution.
You know, that defense is helpless right now. I mean, he's got their number, and he knows it.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Reed's checked in. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Timberwolves have gone an unbelievable 8 of 8 shooting since halftime. Must have been some kind of pep talk in that locker room. And the shot goes in.
And slithering inside, D-Lo. That's Russell's length helping him convert against pressure.
Dinwiddie against Russell. Launches a 3. Dinwiddie with the bucket. Dinwiddie's got 5 points in the quarter.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That is his first foul of the game. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Beasley for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
It's Russell with the drive. That shot, no good. The Nets have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. And finished off by Brown.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open. Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Here's Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
But when you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me.
Treated the rim like it stole something from him.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
And so it's Minnesota closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. And they created a bunch of turnovers with that. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Ricky Rubio is out there with Beasley. Then there's Edwards. And it's Reed in at the center filling out the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And right there, Rubio doing what he does. Seeing the floor, exploring the defense, finding the open man, and getting him the ball.
Irving passes to Jordan. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one. Minnesota leading by 18. Here's Vanderbilt. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
A shot by Harden, wide open, sinks the triple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Irving. Drops in the layup for 2. Irving's got 22.
You know, his job is really to carry the load offensively, and that's exactly what Irving is doing tonight.
Kicks it out to Rubio. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead by 17. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. To the inside. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Harden. He's got 24.
All Irving needs is just a little room to convert, and he's good to go.
And finished off by Edwards.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that out.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure.
Yes, indeed. Let's just call him ladder climber.
Beasley got the loose ball, but that will be a backcourt violation.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And the Nets making a change here as well. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jordan. Bucket is good.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Nets trailed by 17. Irving looking for an opening. It's good.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
For Minnesota, they've gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
D'Angelo Russell's checked in for Minnesota. Good on the second free throw. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Durant kicks to Griffin. That's good, and it's KD with the assist.
And how about Griffin continuing to own the paint? A fantastic power forward with good touch from there.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, D'Angelo Russell.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him,
he's had the answer.
And Greg, to play like he has under the most intense circumstances here in the playoffs makes it all the more remarkable.
Outstanding vision from Karl Anthony Towns. Not only is he willing to give it up, but he's ready to find his teammates when they're open.
Outside Irving. Shoots the three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
You know what? Teams can get a little three-happy down the stretch sometimes. Letting it fly.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Russell against Irving. Lets it fly from 18. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Irving has the touch needed to do damage from just about anywhere, including from there.
Here's Russell. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And Game 3 of the NBA Championship Series is all but in the books. Congrats are in order tonight on an outstanding effort and a well-deserved victory for the Timberwolves.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for D'Angelo Russell.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
And Harden comes to help. Edwards, that's good.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And good that time.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of reach.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Gets it down to single digits. Irving's got 40 points.
You know, getting up into Irving's grill only gives him additional intensity and focus to let you have it.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Here's Russell. Good D by Irving. So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. You have to think at this point, up 3-zip. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
You know, this victory all but sealed